Hey guys, welcome to the KickBack FC. Thank you for joining us once again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Welcome back to the Kickback FC, your go-to spot for unfiltered real talk, all things soccer. Here we've got it all. We're going to be breaking down the biggest moments, hottest takes, and everything that you need to know to stay plugged into the world's game. We'll even tap into some other sports from time to time because if it's big in sports, we've definitely got some thoughts on it. Whether this is your first time tuning in with us or you've been rocking with us from the jump, again, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to all of our friends and supporters. Once again, my name is Cornelius. I'm joined by my boys and fellow co-host, Mike. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great, man. All my teams won this weekend. Can't complain. How about you, Gabriel?
Feel good, bro. My teams won. Browns won. I think all my fantasy teams might win. You'll get into my team I speak about here soon. So we can't complain. Family in town, so it's been good. Cornelius, how you feeling?
Good, man. Just like y'all said, we're off the international break. It was good to get back to club football this weekend. Browns also won, so shout out Shadeur. Got to give it up to my boy.
Perfect timing.
First start. It's crazy. I actually, right before we hopped on, I saw a stat that said Shadeur just broke the curse. We were 0-17 in our last quarterbacks. So the last 17 new quarterbacks that we've had, they've all lost their first start. Shadeur just broke that. So just want to say shout out to him. I feel like the whole city of Cleveland's been waiting on that first start. Last week we got to see him play, but it was due to an injury, so he didn't get to play the whole game. Obviously, things were a little lackluster, but this week he had a whole week to prepare. So shout out to the kid, man. Shout out to the kid.
Yeah, man.
We wanted to see it a little bit earlier, but just like Mike said, perfect timing, bro.
Yeah,
Nah,
absolutely, man. I saw his pregame interview and the energy that he was giving. Man, I was getting goosebumps, man. He said, I'm the guy they've been looking for. I'm like, okay, let's go.
You want that in your starting QB, man. You want a little bit of ego, but you want the skill to match too. And I feel like
Absolutely.
today we saw a little glimpse. I mean, it wasn't perfect, it wasn't pretty, but shout out to our defense. 10 sacks on the day. Um,
It's
but
crazy.
it was both defense and offense, full game. Shadeur's in that starting spot, and then I also saw that after the game, Stefanski said he's not going to name a starter for next week yet. So it looks like it's going to be a real battle between our two rookies. Um,
He's doing this thing again.
yeah, I
Come
know.
on.
We gonna see
Yeah.
what happened, but
Come
if it were
on.
up to me and if we're up to the city of Cleveland, I think we go with the rookie who's shown us a win versus the one who's had 4 or 5 starts and hasn't been able to get that there. But you know, we'll see what happens next Sunday. But for right
Mhm.
now, the city of Cleveland for sure happy. We gonna take this win all the way to the next couple of days. But before we hop into world football, let's keep it in the U.S. a little bit. I want to touch on the NWSL Championship. Gotham FC played the Washington Spirit this past Saturday. And what can I say, man? Shout out to Gotham. I wish Salam was here so he could talk about his team. Shout out Rose Lavelle, Cincinnati native. It was it was a good game, man. 1-0. It wasn't the most exciting match, but football can be like that, especially when you come down to finals. You don't
Mhm.
always get that high flying because sometimes it's a little bit nervy. A lot of these teams hadn't been there. A lot of these teams had very young players as well. Just want to say shout out to Rose Lavelle, the goal scorer in that match. This is her first championship, and I feel like Mike said in the group. I feel like we've been watching her play for a while. She's gotten U.S. women's
Yeah.
national team call ups. She also had a battle, injuries over her career, but this is monumental for her and huge. So, want to shout out Gotham FC. Obviously, I was rooting for the Washington Spirit all year. It was tough to see them take the L. Trinity Rodman wasn't healthy through the end of the year, but through the playoffs, this team showed that they're just more than Trinity. Shout out Gift Monday, had a great season. Shout out to the keeper as well. Had a great season. There are a lot of players that I can name on that Washington Spirit team, but this is Gotham's moment. So shout out to New York. Shout out to Gotham FC.
Absolutely. I think this is a moment for Rose Lavelle. She got the MVP. Like you said, I feel like I've been watching her since she was 18, 19. And I just assumed, she had at least gotten one of these things before. But I also saw she just came to the NWSL. So it's nice, a nice little touch for her career to see her actually finally win, one of the big ones. So shout out Rose Lavelle.
Yeah, man. Just I'm happy for her, man. She used to play for Dayton Dutch Lions. I used to play for Dayton Dutch Lions, so fellow Ohio native, these championships come to Ohio, every so often, and she was able to bring one.
Championship season.
Yeah, championship season. Abdullah Mason from Cleveland. He recently just won the,
Yep. On Saturday.
he won his belt. This past weekend.
Youngest title belt holder in the WBO as well.
Yeah. So shout out Abdullah Mason. I've been following his career since. Shout out Ohio Runs Boxing too. So I followed that page for a long time now. They always keep me updated on everything. But nah, man, Abdullah Mason's been top tier since he touched the scene. Him and his brother.
It's like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah. And yeah, man, Cleveland is Cleveland's on the up right now. A lot of Cleveland dubs this weekend. Rose Lavelle, Abdullah. Tiger Johnson just had a great knockout not too long ago. This was maybe a week or two ago, and now the Shadeur and the Browns. So it's good. I'm happy. But to bring it back to football, I'm super happy for Rose, and shout out to Gotham FC. They caught hot, caught red hot during like kind of the end of the season, and then during the playoffs, just got that momentum flowing. So
anything can happen.
Yeah, man. So shout out to them.
Yeah, I also want to shout out Jaden Shaw. She didn't score in the finals, obviously, but leading up to the finals, she had 2 very, very important goals, in the quarterfinals and semifinals to take Gotham all the way up to that finals match. And, she was a mid-season addition. I wish Alon was here so he could talk a little bit more about her since he was following Gotham this season. But, one man's trash is another man's treasure. She wasn't really getting the love. I believe she came from Chicago. I believe she came from Chicago. Don't quote me on that. But she wasn't getting the time. She wasn't getting the playing time that she thought she deserved. And, Gotham went and picked her up mid-season when they were even battling with some injury issues. And sometimes, you got to find that diamond in the rough. And clearly she was the diamond for this team to help propel them to the final. So I also want to give Jaden Shaw a shout out. But keeping it in the U.S., keeping it in the playoff season, MLS, man. MLS playoffs have been if y'all not keeping up with the MLS playoffs, I'm just going to tell you, you guys are missing some very, very fantastic matches. Obviously, we have to talk about our Ohio teams first because we are Ohio natives here. But it was tough today. 4-0 loss to Inter Miami. I don't think anyone really expected that. Messi looks like Messi's back, man. Messi is back. And wasn't really paying attention to the full game just because there was a lot going on here today in the sports world. But was keeping track of the score. And, once I saw that they scored the first one, I said, okay, Messi got his goal. Messi getting a header out of all things to open up the scoring in that game. But then the second goal came quickly, and then 3 and 4 were shortly after that. I feel like Cincinnati kind of just capitulated after that first goal. They played very, very well leading up to that, but sometimes when you're playing against Messi and you prepare, and then he's still able to break through mentally as a team, you kind of just break down. And I feel like that's what happened here in this game. But it's sad, especially after that first round bout that they had with Columbus to knock out Darlington Nagbe and then to, fall short at home to Inter Miami. It's got to be tough. But Inter Miami, man, they came back this year with some smoke. Last year they got knocked out in the first round, and, Messi's the ultimate competitor. He's not super loud or flamboyant, and he doesn't really make too much, fuss in the media. But when it comes down to it, this is a guy who quit the Argentina national team twice because he didn't think those guys were good enough to go fight for, a World Cup in the past. And he had to be called back. And even Maradona was like, hey, Messi, come play, please. We need you. So when you think about who Messi is, we can all assume, but after last year, I feel like he had a talk with the staff and the team and, his boys, Suarez and all them. And it was just like, yo, this can't happen again, fam. Like, we're not.
Rodrigo de Paul came to town too.
He brought Rodrigo de Paul and all them, and he was just like, "Look, we're not losing in the first round." So, congrats to Inter Miami, moving on to the next round of the finals or the playoffs, I should say. How far do y'all think this Inter Miami team can go right now? Because
they're winning it.
They're moving right now.
Wow.
I think they're just going to give it to. Not say they're going to give it to them this year, but I don't think anyone's stopping this Inter Miami team. I know we'll get into the other game later, but bro, Messi looks like he's. I mean, he has no other tournaments to really focus on. He has no other competitions. Like, he comes to the MLS, bro. It's just one season. That's it. You're not really playing for. I mean, you have the MLS, like the Open Cup, and then you have, the MLS Cup. But yeah, nah. I think this is the clear-cut favorite to win it. I think this thrashing of Cincinnati kind of told them what type of time that they're on. They're not playing with anyone. They did it in the first round. Now they're doing it in the second round. And I personally don't see them slowing down anytime soon. I think they'll have tough matches, but I mean, it's hard to not root against, but it's hard to bet against Messi, especially in this type of form too. Like, Messi's out here scoring headers, fam. Wrap it up, bro. Wrap it up.
United fans know about that.
Yeah, man, it's done. Wrap it up. He's out here scoring headers. That's how you know what type of time that he's on. So, yeah, man. Amazing performance for them. I feel like FC Cincinnati definitely just like rolled over and just let them kind of dictate the game and do what they wanted to do. But yeah, man, I think Inter Miami's going all the way. I think they'll be in the finals when it's all said and done.
I actually agree with you, but I also like Vancouver a lot. But I want to touch a little bit on Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati, like you guys said, yeah, they definitely rolled over after that first goal. But I also think they're drained emotionally because Columbus was that monkey on their back.
True.
They couldn't shake Columbus for 2 years in a row. And it feels like it took a lot out of them just getting past Columbus. I don't see them getting past Miami. This was at home, by the way. This was at home for Cincinnati. This was at TQL. 4-0 at home. Where's the confidence? They go back to Miami. I think they close it out. So
I wouldn't even start Messi. For what? Like,
1 goal, 3 assists. Hey, what can you do if you're Cincy? I think they've had a good season. Just, keep your head held high, Salam. You're not there yet. But yeah, I mean, Miami's too much for Cincy.
It's weird though, because when you look at their head-to-head, I think we were talking about this earlier. Whoever's at home's been winning. You look at their last regular season match; it was at Inter Miami 0-0. But the match before that this year, they won 3-0. Cincy at home. Last year, Inter Miami won at home 2-0, and then Cincinnati on the reverse fixture won 6-1. So you would think that whoever was at home, potentially would have that advantage. But, when it comes down to the playoffs, when things matter a little bit more, you either rise to the occasion or you don't. And Messi has been in this situation multiple times. Like I said, I feel like he just wasn't going out like he went last year. He was like, we ain't going outside. So yeah. Shout out to Miami, on to the next one. But Mike, you brought up Vancouver, man. We got to talk about this Vancouver match because that match was spicy. A banger, bro. Yeah. An absolute banger. I didn't see the first half. I was out, but I came home and I was able to watch the full, the majority. I think I tuned in right around like 60 minutes in, like right in an hour in. And man,
what a game.
What a game. First and foremost, shout out to Vancouver Whitecaps who move on to the next round. But man, 2-2. Son in the dying minutes of second half has a beautiful free kick to tie the match up 2-2. And then Vancouver with a red card already down 10 men, go down a second man to play 9 in both halves of injury time due to an injury on one of their substitutes. So not only did they take someone off to sub someone on, but they had to take him off as well because of injury. Man, it was just so much in this
It
game.
was
And
a
then
crazy game, yeah.
you get down to the second half, and they hit the bar 3 times. Dennis Boanga with 2. He hits the crossbar after he hits the left post, and you're just like,
what's going on?
as any football fan, bro, if you've played the game, if you've watched the game enough, sometimes it's just not your day. And I feel like LAFC, I mean, what more could you ask for? You're up 2 men. You tie it up in the dying minutes. You have all the momentum, but you're away. And I got to shout out that Vancouver fan base, man, because they were loud. They were hectic.
Mm-hmm.
The entire time, I feel like they were just giving those players energy because, I mean, Vancouver was depleted, bro. I mean, there were a lot of times where I was just like, how did this not go in? How is LAFC not scoring? I mean, last ditch efforts on defense. Mike, I know you were able to watch the match. How did you feel going into it? And did you have any? Did you think that Vancouver was able to get through?
I thought Vancouver had enough to go through. I did not think it was gonna be, this close of a game. Game started 2-0. Vancouver was up 2-0, and LAFC had to come back and tie that game up. But Berhalter for Vancouver, to me, my goodness, that man is. I mean, the energy. He just wouldn't let the fans, stop, making noise. Every tackle, every pass, any type of defending clearance, he's hyping up the fans. And I think his energy really kept them in the game because, man, LAFC threw everything at them. Everything. I mean, you said it. They hit the post 3 times on one possession.
Yeah, bro, it was like 7 seconds, 10 seconds.
Bro, it was crazy. Crazy game, man. And, people doubt the MLS a lot. And I think games like this are good, for the casual fans that are watching that normally don't follow, the MLS. This will get them definitely interested in the game. And for LAFC, Son, man, I think he's been big for them since he came in. And I hate to see, the way they had to go out. It came down to him to tie the game, to send them into overtime. And then his PK miss was what cost them the game at the end of the day. But, overall, I thought, great performance from both sides. Like, both teams can leave this game with their heads held high. I also believe, what's his name? Cherundolo was his last game, the LAFC manager. He'll be going. So they gave him a last game, a good send-off. But yeah, I mean, Vancouver is one of the best teams. They're the only team right now that I think Miami might have a problem with. But overall, man, 10 out of 10 match, bro. This game, I'm glad I put it on. I almost didn't even put it on, but I'm glad I put it on.
Yeah, no, definitely a 11 out of 10. Honestly, like you can't really ask for much more in a football match, because matches like that are few and far between. So you have to cherish them when they happen. Before I even get to my spiel, Berhalter, he's getting called up. You think
he has to? I think he should.
Cornelius. Yeah, I think you mean Cornelius. But yeah, no, I think he has to get called up. Especially if he puts in. Well, one, I think this performance just shows me enough of who you are as like your character, but then also who you are as a player. Like, like you said, Mike, when you're playing and it's a playoff match and you're at home, like you have to take advantage of the 12th man. You have to, and that's the fans. And you always have to hype up the fans because they're the ones at the end of the match. Like they're the ones at the end of the match cheering you on because you're playing with 8 men, and that's the only reason that you have legs to defend or you have lungs to breathe, because literally the fans are pumping that energy and that breath into your lungs. And yeah, man, hats off to Vancouver. I mean, you can't. I've never played with 8 men on the field, bro. Can you imagine? I played with 9 and a keeper, 10, but 8 men in a 4-4 block. Like, bro,
Bro, it was crazy.
Yeah, no,
They were defending the whole time.
like defending, because you're at this point, everyone's good. You know, when you get to professional level, everyone is good. So when you're down 2 men, like, bro, it's like playing possession, and the neutrals aren't on your side. Like, bro, it sucks. It's the worst. Like, you can't touch the ball, and every time you touch the ball, there's 2 on you, and you just have to clear it. And then I have to go. It's a fitness session, you know. So
it is.
It's literally
It really
a fitness
is,
session.
man.
Like I'm saying, man, we used to do that like stuff in drills in school and stuff. So yeah, man. Kudos to them. I think this is an amazing match, and I think both teams can leave with their heads held high. But at the end of the day, man, I still think LAFC could have done better, bro. I feel like they sometimes it's just not your day. Yeah, sometimes it's just not your day, and obviously, just happened to not be their day enough to make the game super exciting. But I still feel like, bro, there's some moments like, dog, you should have finished. Yeah, like you have to finish this. But hey, this is football, and these are the margins that we talk about. Some scored a beautiful free kick to level the matchup in extra time, and or not extra time, but in stoppage time, and he misses a PK, and the first PK for them.
Yeah.
So and I honestly, when he missed that PK, I'm like, they're not winning this, because if your star player goes first and misses, bro, the very few times have I ever seen that happen.
I agree.
A team, still get the win on a PK shootout. So yeah, man. I mean, even Messi missed the PK and they lost. No, in the World Cup for Argentina. Am I tripping?
Wait, when was this? No, I don't think so.
But yeah, I'm not sure about that. But
Salon is funny.
Yeah, tweaking. But I was like, hold on, wait, who is this?
For those who don't know, Salam just joined in the background. A fried name, that's his name, instead of Salam. Sorry for that.
Anyway, I lost my train. Oh, okay. That I was gonna end it saying, Gabriel, that you brought up Sebastian Berhalter, and you talked about how Son goes up first as that first player for LAFC, and he misses the penalty. And Sebastian Berhalter was first for Vancouver, and I echo exactly what you say. I need him on this U.S. men's national team squad, not just because of his ability, but because of his demeanor. He's a guy who wants to be first to the plate. He's the guy who wants to take all the responsibility. He's someone that can hype the crowd up. He's a team player, clearly. And as young as he is, he still feels like it's on him. You know what I mean? He may not be the best player on the pitch, but he has that mentality that says no one's going to beat me in the midfield. No one's going to beat me in defense. I'm going to beat whatever attacker I'm taking one-on-one, whatever defender I'm taking one-on-one. I know I can do this, and that is infectious. And I feel like, this last World Cup, the U.S., especially in that Netherlands game when we played the Dutch, we just needed a player to be a little bit more, we just needed someone to take some control, rally the troops, get everyone say, look, we only down by 1 goal, because we were down 2-1 before, they went and scored the third to close the game out. We need someone with the type of energy, attitude, and infectious just charisma to be able to get everyone to that next level. And just like Gabriel said, he was the one hyping the crowd up. He was the one hyping the team up. You need somebody like that. So I 1000% agree with both of you guys. I think that we need Sebastian Berhalter on this team in the World Cup next year. And honestly, now after seeing this match, I'm excited to see how far Vancouver goes, because they look for real. I've been talking about their wingers all year. I want to ask y'all something before we get off this game. So their coach decided to take off their Vancouver's first goal scorer, Emmanuel Sabbi, pretty early. And I personally think as you get deeper and deeper into the playoffs, you have to keep your playmakers on the pitch. Were you guys okay with it, or did you find a little bit of issue with Sabbi getting taken off so early as well?
Um, hmm.
See, when he took him off, they were up. So I could kind of see his reasoning, but then again,
But why take off the goal scorer? You feel me?
I'm not okay with
Yeah.
it. I'm not okay with it. And you want to know why? Actually, is because we just saw this over the weekend. Actually, I think it was West Ham. Callum Wilson's on West Ham now, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Callum Wilson scored 2 goals. He
Mm-hmm.
got taken off. They drew the match 2-2. I just there's a certain like feeling for a player. I feel like the striker, defender, midfielder, whoever scores, but especially for like a striker, when you score, like you feel like you're untouchable. Like once you get the first one, it's like, oh, I got one already. Like, oh, okay, I can go get 2. I can go get 3.
Mm-hmm.
I can move around here. You just feel a lot more comfortable.
Good point. Good
And
point.
those players obviously shine throughout the match. And I feel like a substitution that early it was too early. I do feel like it was too early because you get things like this. You're up 2-0 and then you're down 2-0. And obviously that player is impacting the match in a major way. He had a goal contribution and he was disrupting the entire back line for LAFC. So I think that a player that dynamic does need to stay on for matches like this. I think 85 minutes like minimum, bro. Like as a striker, I want to be on the pitch to see the match out. Like because
Especially if you score.
Yeah, like come on. I scored, like I deserve to be here. You know what I mean? Now, if you didn't score and they want to bring on fresh legs, maybe give a different vibe to the team and a different different style of player to the team, I understand. But if I scored, bro, keep me on until 80 minutes, 85th minutes until I show that I'm not running as much or not defending as well, or maybe not missing an assignment here or there. Until then, bro, keep me on. So yeah, I do think it was a little early. Obviously, you got away with it, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
I can agree with you. This is a great question. I don't like it because as personally, I could if I was in that situation, I'd be pissed. And even Callum Wilson, same thing. He scored 2 goals. He got taken off like, bro, 60th minute around there, maybe like some crazy. And I was like, scored 2 goals. Let him try to get ahead. And they ended up drawing 2-2. Literally, you can't make it up, bro. It happened just this week or last week. So yeah, man, I don't agree with it.
Yeah, I'm with Gabriel. I was trying to, understand his reasoning, but I agree with Gabriel. I think you made a good point. As a striker, you score a goal in a game like that, especially in the playoffs, your confidence is up. If I'm the manager, ride his confidence. Pause. Hey, jeez. Ride the confidence, man. But anyways, to take him off that early, who knows? Maybe he goes and scores another one, and it doesn't become a tight game as it was at the end of the game. But I agree with Gabriel. You keep him on.
Yeah. I just want to, I agree with y'all too. I just wanted to see where you guys were thinking on that, just because, they ended up going down 2-man. Like Gabriel said, coach got away with one. But again, shout out Vancouver and shout out LAFC as well. Son making the midseason move, Thomas Mueller making the midseason move. So we're starting to see some big stars in these teams, and they're obviously paying dividends. So I want to say, shout out to both of those teams, but Vancouver, keep the juice flowing, man. Keep the juice flowing. Right now, there is one last quarterfinal match on, or actually, there's one more tomorrow, but there's a quarterfinal match on. NYCFC is actually up 1-0 against Philadelphia Union. The Union are at home. The goal was literally just scored. I'm looking at the alert right now by Maxi Morales on NYCFC. So 1-0. Do you guys have any predictions for that?
This would be an upset.
FC has been flying. It would definitely be an upset, but they've been flying, bro. They've been playing really good football, similar to how Gotham FC just kind of took off. So yeah, I don't know. It's still early, bro. They have 35 minutes at home to get it back. So obviously NYFC will probably be on the defensive a little bit more. Yeah, man. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean it's early, but
Extra time. I'm going extra time.
I would. It's always nice to get one of these games, where there's an underdog upsetting one of these top teams. So it would be nice to see it, but I would like to see Philly move on. Let's make it interesting, man. Let's make these matchups interesting.
I hear you. And then any predictions for tomorrow? We got San Diego FC at home against Minnesota.
San Diego all the way, man. I really want this San Diego team to go far. They just have it for me. They have the recipe, man. They've
San
looked good
Diego.
so far in all they've looked good so far in all their playoff games. Even the games that, they weren't convincing, it was still close. So I'm going with San Diego.
I agree.
I'm gonna go against the grain a little bit. I'm gonna give Minnesota just a slight edge. I feel like they're better as underdogs because this Minnesota team is a little scrappy. Kind of doing the same thing that this New York team is doing. Kind of just they found momentum even with the mid-season trade of Tani Elusei over to Europe. They somehow just kept going. They maintained being top 4, top 5 in the West. And this team, they don't really have stars, but as a squad, they're difficult, man. They're difficult. So I'm gonna go with Minnesota. But a lot of fun stuff going on in the U.S. footballing world. Again, the World Cup is in North America. That's Mexico. That's North America, or that's Canada and the United States as well. So the continent of North America will be hosting the World Cup next year. So U.S. soccer is on the rise, clearly. And, shout out again to Gotham FC and shout out to all the MLS teams that are punching their ticket to the next round of this MLS playoffs. But moving over to England, the other side of the pond, we got to talk about our teams. But before we get there, we got to talk about Liverpool. We got to talk about Liverpool. What's going on with them, bro? Because,
Man.
Spoiler alert, I know this isn't the section for locks, but my lock was Liverpool money line. I assume coming back from the international break, some people were on duty, some people weren't. Good 2 weeks, at least a good week and a half. Everybody could get their mind right, come back. You're at home facing a Nottingham Forest team that just got a new manager. Maybe it's a new manager bounce. I don't know what it is, but this Liverpool team, and I just saw something that said they're not going to sack Arne Slot. They're not even thinking about it. As I don't think they should, or I don't know why that's even being brought up right now. But
Did the club announce it?
the club
Or the media?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I
They
think
said
I think
something, or
that's
somebody
good.
said something to the media, but there's no way that they're sacking Slot.
Yeah,
That's
well,
good. Put that out there early. Like, hey, fans, forget about it. We're not firing him, so
I
don't
mean,
even think about it. I like
anyone
that.
calling for his job right now that's one of the dumbest things I've ever
It
Reactionary.
heard.
It's
is.
too
Yeah, so
Yeah,
reactionary.
very
reactionary.
reactionary. But to come back to this Liverpool team, Nottingham Forest has their number, I guess. This is the team that just seems to beat them home and away. But did you guys have higher expectations for this Liverpool team coming off this international break, knowing where they are in the table, especially with how they've been through the first third of this season?
Man, I think Liverpool these days are even hard to really assess because I don't even know what is going on. Is Salah finished? I don't. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of things online, and I'm like, are people just being lazy, or am I missing something? Because I watch the games, and they just don't seem to be they, there's no cohesion. There's no chemistry, and I'm thinking, is it the new additions? Is it? I don't know. Like, I just can't put my finger on it. What I'm leaning on to right now is the additions. I still think Slot hasn't figured out how to use. Isak shouldn't be starting. Let's start there. Isak, I get it. He's the highest transfer record fee in English football. He shouldn't be starting. He started off the season with Ekitike doing fine. I mean, he was scoring goals. Everything seemed to be moving very smoothly. And then Isak came in. And then it's like, oh, now we got to start Isak one game. It took the other game. He was doing fine. Just keep it that way. Like go with the guy that's hot right now. And I think at Tikite this season has already showed that he can, you know, give more than Isak has done so far. And I don't like the fact that people keep talking about his fitness. He didn't start. It's not our fault. He chose to sit out. Like he chose to sit out in the preseason. It's like that's not a good excuse for me. You're a professional. You're in the off season. That's what you do. You
And
get ready
apparently
for
he
the
was training
season.
on his own. That's what the reports were saying.
That training wasn't working because I don't know what he's
It's
doing.
not you can't get match fitness unless you're playing in
Is
matches, man.
bro, is it the weight of the badge? Is it the transfer fee that's in his head? I think it's part of it, but I just think Slot needs to and let's stop this. Let's stop this Soboslai out right back. Like let's stop it
Man,
because he gives you more if he's playing where he's supposed to play. If he's in the midfield, I think they win games. It probably will be ugly, but I still think they win games. They at least score goals. They're
he's
not
one of their best
scoring at
players this
home.
year.
Liverpool's not scoring goals at home. That's crazy. 3-0 to Nottingham Forest at home. Come on. You can't get away with this Szoboszlai at right back. I'm sorry. You're not gonna get away with it. He and shout out to Szoboszlai. He's held his own.
He's been one of the best players.
He's literally held his own at right back, which is actually surprising to me. But I think Slot is overthinking it, man. He's really overthinking it. Isak comes off the bench. Let's keep it at that. Just start with that. If you can, move Szoboszlai to the midfield. And then maybe trust Bradley more to play on the right. I don't know. Let's not make it
Bradley was
complicated.
injured for this match. He was injured. He's injured.
Okay. So he's injured. Okay.
But no, Mike, I do agree with you. I feel like well, I feel like it's a combination of a couple of things. One, I still think Yota has a big part to do with this, with the
Absolutely.
additions as well. You know, a player coming into an environment that's already kind of somber, and like you're a new player, and like I just want to play. Like obviously, they resonate because they probably had relationships with him too, but and knew him too as well. But like, I feel like just there's a lot going on with that football club in general.
It's definitely half the problem.
Yeah,
it's definitely
for
half the
sure.
problem.
Now, when you get to Arne Slot, though, I think last year he was so good, and Liverpool is already, like we've been saying, it's already such a set team that he just had to refine it. He's had to refine it. But now that you have these big signings and these new signings, new left back, new right back, you have what's it called?
New striker.
Two new strikers.
Two new strikers, Verts,
midfielder.
Those are and this. I mean, obviously, every signing that you get is a major signing and a big signing, but for Liverpool to completely change their two outside backs and then completely change their striker situation and a 10 all in one season, like that's a lot. That's a lot to have to refine in a system. You know what I mean? And I feel like he's not getting the best out of players right now. I do believe that Szoboszlai needs to be in the middle. I don't know why Joe Gomez isn't playing. I don't know if he's just coming back from injury. Or maybe he's just not in Slot's plans, but Joe Gomez is more than capable than playing right back.
I forgot about him.
And getting
he's
and
played a
having
few games
performances
here and there,
but it's like,
is he injured?
I don't know. He was on the bench, so I feel like I don't know. Like I feel like right now what you need is defensive stability, because even though we like to say you're defensively sound, you're leaking goals everywhere. So regardless of what's going on, like you need to be defensively sound, and I feel like playing Szoboszlai at right back isn't the answer. I feel like Liverpool is able to get away with playing Szoboszlai at right back and doing these things when they're firing and when they have guys producing goals. And this is a Liverpool team where they can literally get a goal at any moment out of nothing. Like we've all seen it. Liverpool, the ball's in their corner and they somehow get out of it. Long ball here to Salah. He plays somebody and it's a finish and it's 1-0, or they get a goal back at the end of the match. Like we've seen it so many times, but when Liverpool's not doing that, they need this defensive stability at the end of the day. And just in this league, you need this defensive stability. So they don't have that. I think they need to secure that first. And he needs to figure out this front three. I think Gakpo's been extremely well for them. I think he's been a bright spot their entire season. But you're right, bro. Isak shouldn't be starting. Come off the bench. What Ekitike did for you while Isak was training by himself, bro, was fantastic. There's no reason that he should be dropped from the lineup. I know he had the red card and you know, taking off of the shirt. I know he had a couple of things, but the on the pitch play is there, bro. And you can tell how easily and well he gelled in with that team in the beginning. So I think putting an unfit Isak there wasn't the best idea. But also Wirtz, I feel like Nagelsmann is right. I know people maybe think he was talking a little bit of trash, but maybe he's not utilizing Wirtz the best way he can.
He's not.
And Wirtz doesn't
because
look comfortable, bro.
not to cut you off, but you look at what he did for Germany over the international break. You're like, Wirtz is having assists. He's flying. He's like, and it doesn't look the same in the Prem, and it doesn't look the same as to what he did the last 2 years at Leverkusen either.
Yeah. So I do think he maybe is overthinking it, but I think when you're in these moments of overthinking, I still think obviously defense wins football matches. So defensively get right, because if you trust your center backs and your outside backs to defend, your midfielders and your sixes and everyone else will feel more comfortable. It's just how it goes. And yeah, man, this Soboslai right back, bro, you're going to continue to lead goals. Like, you're a lick right now.
Yeah,
you started the season flying. You started the season well, but Ekitike was starting. It was a completely different lineup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not completely different, but it was Soboslai wasn't playing right back. You know, Frimpong was starting. Kirkes, you know, Kirkes really hasn't settled in either. So, you know, they have to figure it out.
I think they also need some of these guys to step it up. McAllister missing. Gravenberg hasn't been that bad, but I still need him to do more.
I can understand that.
I mean, the Kirkes signing has kind of, you know, I don't know how I feel about it right now. It doesn't look so good, but I think with time, you know, when they get to gel and build all that chemistry, maybe things would look different. But for now, maybe start Robo. I don't know. Go with something familiar, you know, like
I think you have
get
to start
the core
Robertson.
guys back.
Start Robbo, bro.
I think you need to start Robertson, and I think you need to start Joe Gomez.
Yeah, I feel like start the core guys.
Some defensive stability, bro.
Yeah,
just be even, because that'll get you the draw. You know, that'll get you a win, because defensively you're sound. But when you have a midfielder playing right back, bro, I hated Partey playing right back. Like, and even for you, like, yes, can Partey do it? Yes, when it looks good, it looks great. But when it's bad, it's bad. Like, even Caicedo can do it, but you rather him play the 6. You don't want him playing right back. I don't want Caicedo back there, bro. I want him in the middle of the park. So Soboslai obviously is best in the middle of the park. He needs to be there, and sometimes it doesn't make sense to pull someone out of their natural position and try something new when we already had something that worked. You're just tinkering too much, bro. It's tinkering. And you need to call this with Pep. Like, needs to tinker and finals and switch stuff up, because just if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. You had a tried and true method last year where you had a solid right back, a solid left back, and they got you through with your center backs. And I feel like that's just what you need now. And I feel like if you can get that stability defensively, I think Liverpool will be fine. But
yeah, I agree. Maybe just bring vets off the bench. I mean, start the guys that were starting last season. I don't know. You sometimes just go back to the drawing board, start from, you know, where you were, and see what happens.
Yeah, that's a good place to end on Liverpool, just because they do have a lot of switch ups this past summer, and obviously Jota is still weighing heavy on them. You can hear that from Andy Robertson and what he said after Scotland got through to the next round because they have a playoff to see if they get to the World Cup. But he said me and Jota last year, or the past few years, we've been talking about this upcoming World Cup because I was injured during the last one and he wasn't able to make it, and now that we're here, um or actually I believe Jota was injured for Portugal and Scotland just missed out on making the last World Cup. But he was like, this one we've been, we were talking about, especially after the year we had. And so I just want to dedicate this match to him. And I know he was shining, looking down and smiling on me. So you can tell that in the locker room, it's still very, very heavy. It's still very, very somber. And Gabriel, you're right. Isak coming in and trying to have that I want to play attitude, and having Ekatike for the first couple of weeks already having that, they were kind of gelling, like Mike said. So you never really know what's going on inside the locker room. And sometimes the issues on the field have nothing to do with issues on the field. It has more to do with everything that's off the field. So we'll be watching this Liverpool team. It was crazy. I was just looking at the Premier League table. And if you look at, besides the bottom 3 spots and the top 4 spots, Crystal Palace is right now in 5th place with 20 points. And if you go all the way down to 17, West Ham has 11 points. So really only 9 points separate the 5th spot, which is Europa League, all the way down to the 17th spot, which is 1 spot above relegation. And so when you look at the league, it's we're about a third of the way in. Most people have played 12. Some teams have played 11. This is going to be even tougher than last year. And I say that to not talk about our teams yet, but to look at Manchester City, because they're comfortably, in 3rd place, I would say right now, but they just took a big loss to Newcastle this past weekend. And we don't really talk too much about City on this podcast because, we already give that respect to Pep. Even when they're in a blip, we say, they're going to go on a 10-match win streaks at some point this season. But right now, when you look at the top 4, when you look at the way the league is shaking up right now, how do y'all feel about City? And do you think this loss to Newcastle is important in the grand scheme of things?
I think, see, the way I view this City loss, I don't look at it as a crisis. I don't look at it as time to panic or anything. It's just the St. James effect, It's just one of those things, It's a big game at St. James. They wake up for those games, The crowd comes, they're rowdy. They're just coming for your head. And the goals were a little, suspect. I mean, Donnarumma had a great game. I mean, 2 big saves.
Walter Made should have scored,
but the goals. Oh, Walter Made, I love that guy, man.
Yeah,
hey, yo,
he's another one that's been cooking for Germany too.
Cooking.
Chelsea was on his radar. I'm starting to think, our recruiting, they're doing something right. But anyways, I just think it was one of those games. Newcastle they were up for that game. City still has a lot of gaps that I feel like they still have to fill. Cherky, can he take control of the game? I don't see it yet. Right now, it looks like it's Haaland and inshallah. If Haaland shows up today and he's able to get a couple in,
Haaland and inshallah is insane, Mike.
No, but are we looking at Cherky as okay?
No,
like KDB, I'm going to take charge of the game. I'm going to, no, he's not doing that. So right now with City, I still think they're good enough to get top 4, but I think they're in an interesting position. But this loss for them, I don't think they should be, too concerned about.
Yeah, no, I agree with Mike. You said the St. James effect, but I mean, honestly, you're right. It's it is tough to go in there, bro. We up until this year, we lost to Newcastle for the past 2 years, 3 years over there. Like we could not beat them over there. It is tough to play at St. James Park. But yeah, no, I agree with everything you said, Mike. They definitely have some issues that they need to replace or they need to address. And yeah, they're still good though. I do want to say this: they're still flying under the radar for me.
I agree.
I still think this team is more than talented enough to stay exactly where they're all and just be in the mix. They're just be in the mix. Like, hey, we're not here yet, but we're 6 points away. We're 7 points away. Like, I feel like they're always
In
a win
striking
away.
distance,
Yeah,
yeah.
always within striking distance.
Mhm.
And I'm always going to give them that respect. So, yeah, man, this is just one of those matches. I'm not really putting too much stock into it, as you said. It's just they took a L, 2-1.
Yeah,
They're not tripping, bro. Like,
Pep was not happy, But actually, I'm glad. Oh, I remembered. What did y'all think about that VAR call? Because I'm confused now. What was that?
It's so funny, and shout out Eric Jackson because he's a City fan, Pep fan, and we were texting throughout the match because he actually went down to the Cincinnati game earlier today, but he said, "Are we calling that offsides now?" And I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
And I said, "Bro,
It's crazy.
when I was a kid, and maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. Maybe it's revisionist history, but I swear when I was a kid, if the body part was unplayable, that did not count towards
Thank you.
offsides.
That's what I knew
personally me.
too.
It was started at your shoulder blade. From here out, if my hand is here and your body is past my shoulder, you're offside.
Yeah.
But now I do not know. And I feel like since the beginning of VAR, which is what, like 3 years now? Is this the 4th year, I believe?
Mhm.
Since the beginning of VAR, they've been trying to figure it out because I feel like there were rule changes and then they adopted VAR. So now we're doing it differently in every league. And then we're trying to figure out the rules. And now we're doing the semi-automated. So I feel like there was a rule change at some point. But bro, I don't know.
It is.
Like when it comes down to it, I have no idea because shout out Harvey Barnes. I shouted him out last episode. He's one of my favorite players that doesn't play for Chelsea. I just like his game. Another guy that's been riddled with injuries, but I think he's a top player. That brace, bro, for me, I'm looking at it like, for me, he's offsides. That's all I'm going to say. For me, he's offsides because your hand is not a playable party or a playable part. So you can't score with your hands. So why should your hand determine whether or not the man is offsides or not? It's only the playable parts of your body. And that's just what I remember from when I was 5, 6, 7 playing on my first travel team type thing. But I literally don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Nowadays, I don't even know I feel like I don't even know the rules anymore. Because when I saw that, I was like, wait, since when did we count the arm? Like, what? Anyways, I don't even know what VAR is doing. I don't know what they're sitting in there looking at. But hey, City took the L. That's good for Chelsea, so can't complain.
Great segue, Mike. Chelsea. I was nervous coming into this match because one, obviously these are two different teams, but Sunderland was newly promoted and they beat us at home 2-1 a few weeks ago. And that match has been weighing heavily on my mind because, luckily we're still top 4 for the time being, but I have aspirations for more. And when you look back at your season, you always look at what could have been when you don't win the trophy or you just fall short by a little bit. And so, I was on the podcast last time and I was like, look, I don't care how good of a form a team is. Chelsea should beat every newly promoted team, home and away. That should be 6 points on the schedule. And unfortunately for Sunderland, we have to go now into their home and try to get our lick back. And so when I saw this Burnley game coming off an international break on our schedule, I was very nervous. I'm not going to lie. I was very, very nervous. And what I saw is a Chelsea team that's grown up. I feel like for the last couple of years, Mike, me and you, we've been looking at our transfer strategy. We've been looking at the fluctuation of lineups and who starts and formations and managers, and it's just been a revolving door. But for the first time in a long time, we have a manager who is on his second season. We have players who are on their second, third, and fourth seasons. We have a team that sort of kind of has an identity, even without Reece James. And so for me, first and foremost, getting the clean sheet away was the biggest thing for me.
Three in a
Because
row.
we talk about, you know, Chelsea could be good, but we don't have the guy in the back of the net. And he was going to be my shout out later, but I'm going to shout him out right now, man. Robert Sanchez has been one of the better players for us this season. He has saved us out of a lot. I mean, there are some games that we really could have lost there that we ended up drawing. There's some games that we should have drawn that we ended up winning due to Robert Sanchez. I'm not saying he's perfect. Obviously, nobody is, but this season, I feel like he's taken a step up. We're in Champions League. We're in obviously all the domestic cups, and we're in the league, and we somehow are still top four through all of the here and there, whether we know who's going to be our starting center back pairing or not. And so for me, I think Chelsea getting out of Burnley with the clean sheet was the biggest impact for me more than the 2 goals that we scored. I don't know how you felt about the match, but that was my biggest takeaway.
No, I agree with you. You made some very good points. I was nervous myself because these games are the games I feel like Chelsea struggles with. The games that you feel like, okay, we should guarantee at least. Well, you can't guarantee every game, but I mean, we're a better team than we're a better team than they are on paper. So I would assume, hey, let's take care of business. So yeah, coming into this game, I was worried. Regardless of what anybody says, this was a big game. This was a big win because of the week ahead of us. If we drop this game, our week could go different. Even winning this game, our week could still go different. Our week could still go a different way, but I think it was a big win. Like you said, not having Cole Palmer, not playing Caicedo, Reece James only playing 45 minutes, giving guys the chance to actually play. Somebody like Andre Santos had a great game. Another one is Gittins. He's finally looking like he's starting to get his feet under him. Overall, it's a big win, especially heading into Champions League week. I can't ask for more. The clean sheet, like you said, is the most important part about this win for me. I think this is the third one in a row. We beat Forest. That was a clean sheet.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the last one. Was it Tottenham?
It might have been Tottenham. Here, let me look at our schedule real quick.
I think this is our third clean sheet in a row. And if it is, that's great.
It was Wolves. So
Wolves.
2-0 Burnley, 3-0 Wolves, 1-0 Tottenham. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Three
we
in
had
a
a
row.
2 Carabag Champions League in between that. But in the league, those are our last 3.
Yeah. So going into Champions League, you can't ask for more. I mean, we go in confident. Well, they're coming to us, so that's good. But yeah, overall great win, man. I can't complain. Can't complain. The only thing is, it just annoyed me seeing that Cole Palmer injury news.
I want to go and
It's
bring
it's
it up.
just it's just it's just one of those things.
Keeps
The more
ducking
I hear
smoke,
about,
man. He doesn't want smoke, bro.
he still
He
hasn't
doesn't
played
want smoke with
Arsenal.
our team.
Relax, relax, relax,
He
relax.
still
Doesn't
hasn't
want
played
smoke. It's all
Arsenal.
right though. Every
Relax.
time, man. Every single time. It's ducking
Nah,
smoke,
in due
bro. They
time,
want to
we'll
get
catch you.
exposed.
We'll
So,
catch you in due time.
Have you
Don't
seen
worry.
them in finals? Or is that just me? Maybe that's just me. I don't know.
ducking
Like the
smoke,
last
man.
time
All
you
good.
were in a final, but the last time we were in a final, our
Ducking
best player
smoke.
played
All good though. All
as the
good.
best player.
But
No,
yeah,
but no, Mike, it's frustrating. You know what I'm saying? It is funny because I woke up to your text about Cole Palmer, and then I subsequently got 4 more group chats with the same text before 8 a.m. in the morning Eastern Standard Time talking about Cole Palmer broke his toe. My nigga, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're just rehabbing yourself, coming off an injury. Everybody's getting excited for you to come back, and you have an accident. You have a boo boo at home that breaks your toe, fam. Before
Oh
we have to
man.
play Barcelona and then Arsenal within the same 5 days, fam.
Yeah.
That's what's tough for me because I feel like last couple of weeks we've been talking about how well our team has been without our best player, and we were anticipating him coming back for these matches. So now, I mean, as a player, you have a whole mindset play like, hey, we getting our boy back. Like
Yeah.
we finna see Barca, we getting our boy back. And not to say that these guys are not professionals and they'll be able to go into this game thinking that they'll win, especially being at home. But for the week we have ahead of us, you want your best warriors.
Absolutely.
You want your most skilled players. You want everyone on the pitch. That's the reason why Caicedo sat. That's the reason why Reece James only played 45 minutes. That's the reason why our star boy Esteval, he only came on for a short cameo because we're gonna need them. We're gonna need our best players because I don't think, I mean, you may or may not, if you guys have been following us from, the beginning of the season, I said it day one. I want Barcelona. I want Real Madrid. I want Arsenal. I want the best clubs in the world. I want PSG again so we can show them that it wasn't a fluke the first time. I was excited that we played Bayern Munich, our first Champions League match. I wanted to see how we stacked up against them. And we didn't look the best, but that was the baseline. So now that we're seeing a Barcelona, a club that we have real history with, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, none of the players on our team now have history with these guys, but if you're a Chelsea player, you better watch the archives because we got history with this club. We knocked them out. They knocked them out. They knocked us out, both for Champions Leagues, both deep in the tournament. So the fact that we're able to see a Barcelona who's been playing very well, they've been flying. I think that we just, we're going to miss Cole Palmer, but I'm obviously still excited to play this team with who we have because I still think that shows where our team is.
I agree.
It's right before January. This gives us a lot to think about. Barcelona, then Arsenal back to back. This is what you want to see on your schedule if you're one of them teams. This is you circle the whole week in highlighter if you're a player. You're like, oh, I can't wait for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We get to see both of them, especially the fact that the form we're in right now is positive. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I don't know how you like, but I can't wait.
I'm excited, bro. I have a good feeling about this week.
I do too. We'll get to that a little bit later, but before we close out, we got to talk about Arsenal, top of the ting, still top of the ting. Big North London derby today. They just, it wasn't the prettiest first half, but at the end of the day, the scoreline is the scoreline. Shout out Eze. Didn't know this, first career hat trick. And of course, he does it in the North London derby, man. That kid is special. Yeah, I shouldn't even call him a kid. He's 27, but the guy is special, man. The guy is extremely special. And I remember Gabriel a few weeks ago saying he doesn't feel like Eze has fully gotten comfortable. He hasn't been fully himself yet. And I think today was that day where he kind of just flexed a little bit and showed, yeah, nah, I'm that guy. Don't ever forget. I know I'm on a new club. I know I'm on a new formation. I know I'm still figuring everybody out, but I'm still that guy. And that's what today showed me, honestly. Gabriel, I know you got more words to say, but first and foremost, I want to hear how you felt about the Isak performance. And then, you have a big week, or Isak, I'm sorry, Eze performance. And then you guys have a big week coming up ahead too. So how does this help propel you guys into this upcoming schedule?
Eze who? Who's Eze?
Abereche.
Because that's exactly what Thomas Frank was saying earlier this year. Who is Eze? He didn't go to Spurs. Found out exactly who he was today. You're exactly right, Cornelius. I think I've been saying this for time. He hasn't had his coming out party yet. Hasn't had that yet. That performance is like, okay, he's here. And I mean, from minute one, man, you just from minute one, you could just see that he was on it. He just showed his quality, and I truly think this guy is a world class player. He showed his quality all throughout the match. The 3 goals, all of them amazing goals. He almost had an assist to Declan Rice earlier in the match. He almost had a 4th goal at the end of the match. Yeah, man, I really can't speak highly enough about Eze. He's truly, I feel like he's truly gotten comfortable now. I feel like I said, this is coming out party, and to do that against a team that you were supposedly heavily linked with. His cousin, said all this stuff about like he was never going there. But so I don't know exactly what the whole thing was, but the rumors are what the rumors are. But he's on our club, and I couldn't be happier to have that player from Crystal Palace, man. I promise you that. So it was amazing performance to see. And I don't want to take anything away from Trossard too, because bro, I want to continue to give Trossard his flowers, bro. There's links that Trossard was going to leave this summer, and I remember I was talking to Yasser. I was like, fam, I don't want Trossard to leave. Like, this is we can get rid of Partey, Jorginho, like that's fine, but Trossard, like, we're gonna miss him if he leaves, because we need numbers, we need depth, and we need experience. And this is one guy that has all of that and has been performing for us. Like last year, enough showed us that he just scores in big moments for us. This is one player, like, he'll score regular goals, but he will score in the biggest of moments for us, bro. Like when we really need a goal, he will get us one, and he got us the first one. And that's the first goal is sometimes the most crucial goal. And yeah, once Trossard scored, that opened the game up so much, because we were dominating, couldn't break through, and we finally broke through. Great ball by Moreno, and the game opened up, and it just gave Eze so much space and so much more space, because it's just not as jam-packed, because now Spurs actually have to try and attack us to get that goal back. And it gave him the space to really, find those pockets and make the magic happen. So yeah, man, I'm happy about today's result. The only negative I really have to say about today is that we didn't get a clean sheet. We should have.
I mean, moment of brilliance by Richarlison.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I don't want to take anything away from Richarlison. That chip from 60 yards. So first and foremost, Zubimendi shouldn't be holding on to the ball that long. Obviously, it just a lapse in his judgment at that time, because he rarely does that. So rare mistake by Zubimendi, but the awareness from Richarlison to just pick his head up, get the ball, and honestly clip one. And for all of my football players out there, that may look simple, but that is not simple, bro. He hit that, and probably he hit it perfectly. He almost barred it down. Like it was almost a bar down. That's crazy. From
if you look at the gap,
if you look at the gap from when
Raya's hand
jumped,
and then where the actual bar was, it was like the ball perfectly hit that gap.
Yeah, if you hit that if you try to drive that ball, Raya's deflecting it, getting a save. Like he literally hit that perfectly. So obviously an amazing goal by Richarlison. But that's my only really quarrel with today. We lost a little bit of focus after Richarlison scored the goal. That Spurs showed a little bit of for 10 minutes. It was like, all right, bro, like let's continue to dominate the match. But man, honestly, bro, I woke up today and I didn't even look at the lineup until 11:15, and I'm usually an hour before. Like, bro, I felt fine about today, and today took care of itself. We move. Talking about this upcoming week, you may think I'm kind of crazy about this, because is kind of not had the opposite take, but I feel like we're on the other side of this, at least for me, for this point. I'm cool with, out of this full week from Sunday to Sunday getting 7 points. I don't mind if we, like, obviously I want to beat Bayern, because there's history there. They've smacked us in the past, like embarrassed us in the past. Let's not even be real. They've embarrassed us in the past a couple of times. So it's like, yes, I want to get my lick back on Bayern. But I don't mind if my lick doesn't come this week. I am totally okay with my lick back not coming back this week. I'm looking at this Premier League like, bro, the Champions League for us, we're fine. I think we'll get a top 8 spot. If we lose to Bayern, I don't want to lose to Bayern, obviously. If we draw Bayern, bro, I'm fine with that. Cool. We'll be fine in the Champions League. We'll get through. We'll have a favorable matchup, hopefully going into the draw. I'm looking at the table right now, like we need these 3 points against Chelsea. I feel like in the Prem, I feel like this is one of the first matches where it's like gonna be table defining in the Prem. And on the table. And I want the gap. I want the gap right this early. I definitely want the gap. Obviously, I want 9 points coming out of this week, but I'm really not even too like gung ho on this Bayern match. Like, I'm still gonna be I'm gonna be ready for the match. I want us to see us do well. But I'm looking at the Prem table right now. Like, we're sitting on 29 points. You guys are in striking distance on 23 points, and City's on 22 points. And it's like, bro, if we can get a 7-point gap, and bro, what if City? You never know. Like, this City team's been, Holland's been doing these things, but they've been in and out. Like, I'm looking at this table. Like, if we can get a 7-point gap this early, get through Chelsea, and then we have some matches where the competition isn't as great. We have Brentford coming up. I know Villa's been performing a little bit better as of recent, but we have Villa coming up. I think we're much, much, much better than these teams. So I think if we can get through Spurs, great performance, we can get a point. If we get a win, I want to win or draw against Bayern, obviously. But if we get a draw, that's fine. We know where we're at, and we're without major players for us right now. We don't even have a striker. You feel me? I don't even know if Gyökeres is going to be back for Bayern on Wednesday. So no striker. If we go and get a draw, potentially a win, that'll show me as a team exactly where we're at. This match for me is showing me where we're at as a team. Because we're not going to get embarrassed. I know we're not going to get embarrassed, but like, where do we stack up with the world's best, obviously? But I'm not too gung-ho on like the result. I don't want to lose. If we lose, I'm not tripping, as long as it's not embarrassing. If we draw, great. If we win, amazing. I know where we're at. And then I'm looking at Chelsea, like, go get 3 points, especially at home. Especially at home. Go get 3 points. Because if we get those 3, this week will show me like, oh, okay, we're on smoke. Without key players that we have right now, without 2 main we're playing with a makeshift striker. I want to continue to tell people. Moreno is a 6. He's an 8. He's a DM. He's a DM. He's our makeshift striker, and bro, he's been doing an amazing job. Honestly, since the beginning of 2025, January, an amazing job for Spain and for Arsenal. But yet again, bro, like this week is just showing me where we're at in terms of the Bayern match. Chelsea, I need 3 points. I need 3 points. If I get 7 points out of this from this Sunday to next Sunday, I am so content. I know I feel great. I feel great. So that's exactly where I'm at with Arsenal, if I'm being completely honest.
No, that's a good point. I like your point about Bayern. You're in a good spot in the Champions League. There's no need to. Obviously, you don't want to lose, but even if you lose, you don't drop that far down the table. You're what, like first or second place on the table?
I think we're
you're in a good spot.
Top 3. I know that for sure.
No, but in terms of Arsenal, I just want to say this is the Eze game. He's officially introduced himself to the fan base, to the team. He's finally arrived, telling everybody, "Yep, this is what I'm bringing to the team." This is exactly what I was afraid of when Arsenal got him, but I hadn't seen it yet, so I was like, maybe we might get away with it, and then he showed it today. And what a way to show it against Tottenham. I know Thomas Frank, had a little joke. Who is Eze? That didn't land very well. I'm sure
That
that
did
was
not
part of
age well.
it. Didn't age well at all. I know it's probably part of his motivation today, but
Oh, 100%. Bro, it's like bro, in any sport, why do you piss these superstars off? Why would
yeah,
you give them extra motivation to go in and then just
exactly.
ball out? I've
Yeah.
never understood that. Like, why would
Hmm.
you piss off him, specifically him,
Yeah.
especially after this whole summer,
Hmm.
you know? But
I have one
bro,
question for Gabriel though. From what you've seen so far from Eze, I think Odegaard is coming back very soon.
Sit down.
It's
To answer your question, please, please, please continue to rest. Continue to rest. And this is no disrespect, but I don't want to mess with the groove of this team right now. Obviously, when Gyökeres comes back, he's going to go back to striker. That's just clear cut.
Mhm.
But on the left wing, Trossard, uh, I need you to start. Saka, obviously, your spot is solidified. Declan Rice, Mendy, obviously. Eze. And my back line with Calafiori, obviously, Gabriel's out for a little bit, but I like the Nkapie start, and we can obviously switch between Nkapie and
How did you
Mascaro.
like his performance today?
Yeah, he was great. Amazing. Bro, we keep signing captains of countries and other teams. I'm telling y'all, bro, I think this is an underrated signing of the like Mascara and Nkapie, I think are two very underrated signings by us because when we paid the 60, I think it was around 60, 70 mil for Nkapie, I was like, yo, I'm not familiar with your game. I'm truly not. So obviously, I trust. Like I said, I trust our recruitment team. Whoever you're putting that much money into, you must be good for a reason. And even Moreno, bro, like Moreno came in and he really wasn't playing in the midfield because he couldn't break into the squad. But as this makeshift striker, bro, as this false nine, you're doing fantastic. So it's like, nah, bro, Odegaard, I love you, but right now where this team is at, Eze needs to just be in this 10 role for right now. Just let his form dip a little bit, and then maybe we can move him to a wing. If Trossard's not performing, you can come back in the 10 role. But I think for right now, Eze in this 10 looks great. He adds it's a different type of player profile in that position for us. Odegaard he doesn't quite have like the pace and the power and the drive ability that Eze has. And I'm not saying this in a bad way because obviously Odegaard's an amazing finisher, but Eze has left foot, right foot. Odegaard doesn't have a right foot. Like Eze scored 2 goals with his left foot today? Yeah, 2 goals with his left foot today. No, he had one with his left foot. But yeah, I just
oh, you're right. You're right.
yeah, one was left foot, but it's like Odegaard, I can't trust you to put things on frame with your right foot. Like it's just a different type of player profile. And I love what we're doing. But I trust, like I said, I trust my manager. I have full faith in my manager that he's going to make all of the right decisions to keep the team rotated and keep them well balanced. And that's the main thing that we've been this season. We are such a balanced team. I feel like before we were just a lot more defensively sound, and at times we're a lot more attacking sound, offensively sound, but not as defensively sound. And then sometimes the midfield was lacking. Like now, I feel like we're just a completely balanced team. We can beat you every single way. Set pieces, open play. You won't if you need to counterattack, like whatever. We win in all 3 phases of the match: attacking, defending, transition. I see 90th minute. If someone goes under the counterattack, 6 guys are sprinting back. Like I see it in all phases of the game. So I like I said, man, I'm Odegaard. I love you, to answer your question, but Odegaard, I love you. You need to sit down and let Eze see this out for right now.
There it is. I mean, there it is. Just to the Odegaard as a debate, for me, Odegaard is more of a creative 10, where Eze is more of an attacking 10. That's kind of just how I look at it. Not saying Eze is not creative, not saying Odegaard doesn't attack, but when I look at them as player profiles, I feel like Odegaard is a little bit more creative, where Eze is a little bit more direct at the end of the day. But
And he just finds those pockets
Mhm.
like today. Sometimes like Odegaard wouldn't be in those positions. He's more of a tiki-taka type of 10 where Eze's like, bro, give me the ball. He's almost as if a second striker, like where a striker would be positioned. He's just sitting on top of the box, always ready. Exactly where 10 is supposed to be. Whereas Odegaard is free roaming and in every pocket here and there, and not really just sometimes just centrally where I need you, or where I would like you to be. Which is, like I said, different player profile, and it's sometimes great. But I think for us, better 8. Let's play 8. Let Eze be in that space because he can finish right foot, left foot, like you saw it today. Bro, Edogi twerking. I don't know what he was doing today. On that third goal, he's all the way that way.
Yeah, it was
bro, twerking. So
it was just a simple touch to open.
Yeah, he just opened his hips and bro, cooked. So yeah, man. I think, like I said, different player profile, and on the wing we didn't see the best of him, but he's comfortable in the 10. I feel like that's where he naturally has always played, and he's most comfortable there. And that shine today, man. I have nothing but great things to say about him, and I think he'll continue to perform like this for us, man.
Yeah, man. Great place to end it. Before we get into our predictions for this upcoming week, let's talk about Champions League a little bit. I know we wanted to touch on it. We run a little bit behind here, but just want to run through the matches. Just kind of give me your take on who you think is going to win. Keep it short and sweet. So, starting off on Tuesday, we have Ajax versus Benfica. Ajax at home.
It's a tough one.
Draw.
I can see a draw.
Benfica. I'll go Benfica.
I can see a draw. But I'll go Benfica too. Because
Ajax been terrible this year. I'm going Benfica as well.
Yeah.
At least
Jose called out his boys this weekend. He said if I could, I would have subbed 9 players off. I'm like,
hey, I'm not gonna lie. In high school, that happened to us once. Gabriel, were you there? We're playing so. Mayfield. I don't know if you remember this, but Sean took all 11 starters off and put on JV.
Wow.
For like 5 minutes because I don't know what we were all just. I don't know what we were doing. we were playing terrible. Like when he took us off, I was mad, but I was like, we deserve that. But yeah, man, in high school, one time our coach took out every varsity starter after like 10 minutes into the match because we didn't know what we were doing, and he just had JV play and he didn't say a word. We didn't know if we were gonna play the rest of the half or not. But yeah, that's crazy. Next match, Galatasaray at home versus Union St. Gilloise.
Oh, Galatasaray.
I agree. Bode Glimt versus Juventus.
Ooh, Juve. I'll go Juve.
Yeah, I'll go Juve.
I'll go Juve as well. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt this time. Dortmund at home versus Villarreal.
Villarreal.
The big one. Big one. Big B's.
Yeah, Villarreal or draw. That's Villarreal.
I'm going to take Dortmund. I'm going to take Dortmund just because they'll score. Like, I know they'll score 3 goals. I don't know if Villarreal has what it takes to score 3 away. Next match. This big B's right here. Big Barca coming to the bridge, baby. Yeah, we keep that alliteration brazy on this side. Chelsea versus Barcelona. Who you got?
Chelsea.
I got Barca. I think Yamal's about to cook. Come on, Mike. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what's crazy?
Yamal versus Kukuraya. It'll be fun.
You know what's crazy? Today, Yamal said our big match was this because someone asked him after their match. I think they played Bilbao this week. They said, "How do you feel? About this upcoming week?" And he said, "Oh, the big match," because I guess the announcer said about the big match this upcoming week. Yeah. And he said, "No, the big match was this weekend. This upcoming week is just another match." I like it. Keep that same energy, fam.
Yeah.
Keep that same energy when you come to the bridge. I'm just letting you know. It ain't sweet when you come to the bridge. I've been saying that all year. It's not sweet when you come to the bridge. But Tuesday, November 25th, 3 p.m. EST, I'll be there. Man City at home versus Bayern Leverkusen.
Oh, City. I like
City.
Matchup.
Yes.
Holland lock or goal or assist anytime goal scorer.
Holland
lock it
goal.
in. Yeah, Holland goal, lock it in. Jeez.
This is an interesting one. Marseille at home versus Newcastle.
Ooh.
Newcastle. And Walter Made, I trust.
Who's
And
at
Walter
home?
Made,
You
I
said
trust.
Marseille's at home?
Marseille, yeah.
I'm going Marseille on this one.
I think I'm going to go Marseille.
Dang.
They both had good weeks. They both had good weeks, so this will be interesting.
If Newcastle was home, I would have gone Newcastle.
I'm going against my gut, but I rock with Aubameyang. But yeah, man.
That's a tricky one. Slavia Prague at home against Athletic Bilbao.
Bilbao.
I'm going Bilbao too.
I'm gonna go Prague. I don't know. I feel like they have a little bit more at home, and I think it's Nico Williams still injured.
Sorry.
Or is he back?
I think Inaki's injured.
Inaki. So is Inaki because I know they were both injured for a little bit. So Inaki's out. Yeah. So we'll see with that one. But I'm gonna go Prague. And then last match on Tuesday is Napoli at home versus Karabakh.
Napoli.
Okay, Napoli's smacking them. Karabakh has done well so far this.
I was gonna say I don't think Napoli smacks Karabakh. I think it'll be closer than most people think, but I'll take Napoli at home. All right, so on Wednesday, first match, FC Copenhagen versus Kariat Almaty.
Copenhagen. They've surprised me this year, I'm not going to lie.
This is an interesting one. Paphos FC at home versus Monaco.
Monaco.
Park back.
Yeah, man.
I'm
I was
going
one of my
Monaco,
shout-outs. Interesting. I'm gonna go Paphos. Interesting enough. I'm gonna go Paphos, man. I don't know why. I feel weird about them, but Monaco has been up and down. I feel like Paphos at home, they'll be able to hold it down. The big one we've all been talking about. Arsenal at home versus Bayern Munich.
Arsenal win or draw. Lock it in.
I'm going
I don't think
Bayern
you
win.
lose.
I'm going Munich, man. I'm going Munich. This obviously they're 1-2 in the Champions League table for a reason, but I think I've said it earlier. I think this Bayern team is the most complete team we've seen in a while. And the crazy part is Arsenal. Gabriel said at the beginning of the year, but Arsenal really has two players in every position, and I don't think Bayern has that necessarily. But I think when you just look at straight talent, Bayern, I think they edge out Arsenal a little bit more at home.
You can lock in Kane to score too. Kane will score.
Yeah,
used to it. I don't even hate it anymore on it. Kane
Derby.
Yeah, bro. I don't even hate it. Kane will always score at the Emirates, bro. He always gets one. I get it. Just, bro, both teams to score. Lock it in. We won't keep a clean sheet. I'm let y'all know now. Lock it in.
Next match is Atletico Madrid at home versus Inter Milan.
Wow, this is a good matchup.
I'm gonna go first. I got Inter.
Yeah. Antoine Griezmann hasn't been himself.
He just scored this past week.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, Atletico won 1-0. He just scored this week.
Julian Alvarez, Champions League nights. Where's the game at?
Madrid.
Oh, yeah, I'm going Atletico. The Wanda Motalifano.
I'm going to go Inter. Frankfurt at home versus Atalanta.
Frankfurt.
Go Atalanta, man.
I'm going to go Frankfurt, man. They doing my man's Lookman wrong over there.
Yeah, man.
I know.
Free Lookman, man. Get him out of there.
Free Lookman, for real.
What's up with him always getting caught in these weird situations? It's so funny.
It's Italy, bro. It's Italy. They love you and they hate you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's Italy. Just what? A couple years ago, he just player of the year. He was like their player of the year, African player of the year. He won their
Europa
League. Yeah. Just a few years ago, and now it's like you can't find favor anywhere. Next match in Champions League is Liverpool at home versus PSV Eindhoven. See, this is crazy because I want to say Liverpool.
Isn't that Arnie's old team?
Yeah, I want to. This is crazy because the Dutch are coming to the cup.
Bro, they can't lose again.
Bro,
I keep telling myself like, there's no way they can do it. They can't lose again. Like when remember when City was losing? Was it 2 years ago? And it was like, why is City just lose? Like, what's going on? I can't.
No, it was last year. It was last year.
This is last year. This is last year.
Oh yeah, it was last year.
When Pep locked himself.
Yeah, no, literally 24 hours locked
Yeah,
in.
nah,
I can't imagine Liverpool losing again. And like, what if they lose 3-0 again?
That's
like,
crazy.
They've lost 3-0 twice in a row now.
That's his old team, so they have some smoke for him.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, bro. I don't.
No, I'm going Liverpool. I'm going Liverpool.
I'm going draw. I'm gonna go draw.
Okay. This might be the last time I bet on Liverpool. I'm going Liverpool. At least for the near future. I'm gonna go Liverpool. There's no way they draw to PSV.
I don't trust these cats. Anyway, next match is Olympiacos at home versus Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Next. Bro.
PSG at home versus Tottenham. Is Tottenham getting GRG?
PSG, fam. Get out of here. There's levels. I was texting you actually about this today. But there's levels, bro. Spurs is just not.
They're frauds.
Yeah,
they're frauds.
Man, they're frauds. They're frauds.
I was watching today. I'm just like, this is not even.
Yeah, you can just tell, bro. It's levels. There's levels.
So wide.
Like I said, bro. I am when I look at Spurs on the match sheet. Like I never trip. Y'all are some of the ones I respect. Okay, I have some type of respect for. Spurs, bro. I don't, bro.
Bro, you know how mad I was watching that game? I was like, make it competitive, guys.
Come on, man.
One-way traffic, man.
Yeah. Y'all know how I feel about them. We don't got to get into it. Last match on Wednesday, Sporting CP versus Club Brugge.
Club Brugge.
I'm gonna go with the Belgian team as well. They've been locking in.
They're flying.
I'll go Sporting because of Quenda.
Yeah, Bruges got something to say.
Jokeres came from there. I don't care about it.
Again, I will go through the top 8 in the Champions League table as of 4 matches in, because again, the top 8 teams do automatically get a bid into the next round, and then teams 9 through 24 will have a 2-leg playoff. They'll play home and away. Right now, in first place, Bayern Munich, 12 points. Arsenal, second place, 12 points.
I also want to say we have no goal scorers in the Champions League. That'll change soon.
True. That is true. Inter Milan, third place with 12 points. Manchester City, fourth place with 10 points. PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, fifth place with 9 points. Newcastle is in sixth place with 9 points. Real Madrid, also with 9 points in seventh place. And Liverpool, with that last automatic bid, in eighth place with 9 points as well. Other team with 9 points is Galatasaray. So just wanted to say that they're just lower than Liverpool right now on goal differential. But when you look at the top 8, those top 8 teams automatically get next round qualification. But yeah, man. So that's our Champions League. About 90 minutes in. I already know we didn't do so great on our locks. I picked Liverpool. I'll say it up front. I'm no longer Liverpool for the year.
I don't know why. I'm never, unless it's against Wolves money line, I'm never trusting them to do anything ever again. So
I should have just gone my gut on Chelsea.
Yeah. So Wolves, I just want to say this. I'll continue to say this. I don't know when Wolves is going to win a match this season. I don't see this 2-0 loss to Palace. I was like, you know what? They're going to be at home, international break.
New manager bounce.
New manager. Maybe they'll find something, bro. Maybe. I really don't know when this Wolves team is going to get another dub. They played Villa away. They just won. They're not beating Villa. I don't think they're going to beat Nottingham Forest at home. I don't think they're going to beat United at home. They're not going to beat us away.
Crazy.
I don't know. They might not win before the end of the year. I might put a bet in that they don't win a game until 2026.
I think Southampton was like the last team to do something like this. But I think even they found a win before January.
Yeah.
No, Sheffield was pretty bad too.
Sheffield was trash too. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that 1 year Sheffield. I don't know if it was. I think they found one before the year end.
Before January is crazy.
But I don't know if Wolves gets one before January. I promise you. They might be the quickest team relegated in the Prem. This is looking atrocious.
I can see that.
It's looking atrocious.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Any shout outs? Any shout outs this week?
Quick and simple. As it all worked out. Today it all worked out. Yeah. It was absolutely, it was a masterclass 10 performance.
Wait, did Eze get a hat trick before Bukayo Saka?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Great. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dope.
Bro.
I still don't believe, I can't believe Saka doesn't have a hat trick here in the Prem. That's
crazy.
But anyways, my shout out is Augie, man. Augustin Williams. 2 weeks in the last time I shouted him out, they were going to the semis, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they were going to the semis. But hey, USL champions, man.
Man, congrats, bro.
Yeah, for those of you that have been following, we had Augie on here. If you want to go
interview
archives.
Yeah, interviews on YouTube.
Yeah, go check it out, man.
A lot of good stuff in there, man.
Great story.
Sorry to cut you off, Mike, but
no, go ahead.
Just want to say, shout out to Augie as well, man. But we were going back and forth and via social media, and I've just been following this match. And also shout out Robbie Mertz. He's the captain for that team. I think I've said it on here before, but I went to college and was friends with Ben Mertz, one of my boys from Pittsburgh, and his cousin Robbie Mertz is the captain for the Riverhounds. So, we've been texting this whole time. And it's especially good for him too, because in that semifinal match, he missed his penalty. And as an athlete, all you want is a second chance. And he was the one that went ahead and got the goal in the finals. So shout out Robbie Mertz. Shout out the whole Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Shout out Augie as well.
USL champs.
USL champs, man. And then to end it, my shout out, I want to shout out Morgan Rogers this week, because I feel like Aston Villa's been flying under the radar. And for me, I thought that Morgan Rogers was going to make a move this past summer, but he's re-signed with Aston Villa, braced this weekend in their 2-1 win. And he's been getting a lot, I wouldn't say scrutiny is not the right word, but there's this whole English national team and Jude Bellingham situation. And, Jude and Morgan Rogers both playing the same position. There's been a lot of talk on, who should start, who shouldn't start. Tuchel's been bringing Morgan Rogers on. He looks like he's in form. And throughout all the noise, man, this guy just continues to ball. I just want to talk about Aston Villa for a little bit, because Gabriel did bring them up, but 6 wins in their past 7 matches. They have 6 wins, no losses, and a draw. Currently in 4th place. They have 8 goals scored from outside the box. That's the most in the Premier League. And they also have 9 points gained from losing positions. They're tied for second most in the Prem right now. Man, if you guys don't watch Villa, they're a fun team to watch. Unai Emery is a great manager, but I just want to shout out Morgan Rogers, because I feel like this last month or so, he's just been balling for club and country. And he's one of those kids who I felt like was going to get a big move to like one of the big 6 clubs, as we always like to say, but we keep forgetting Villa is like a very historic club in the Prem. And I think he's super comfortable where he's at. And with all of the transfers they've had in and out, he's kind of one of the guys on that team now. So I love seeing Morgan Rogers play. He's one of my favorite players to watch that's outside of my team. So just want to give him a shout out.
I feel like his form at the beginning of the season was from all the transfer talk.
Mm-hmm.
Now that it's over, you can see that he's finally settling in, starting to look like himself again.
Yeah, he's balling. Yeah, man. Good episode. Good week. Salam. Hope you're driving safe. Hopefully you're in Cincinnati at this point. But yeah, man, another good episode. We got Europe coming up this week. We have more soccer. Gabriel, I'll see you soon. Arsenal, I'll see you soon. Eze, when you know it ain't gonna work out for you next week, my boy. Hat trick won't be there. You guys got anything to say?
Hey, good luck to you and your future endeavors.
Thank you again for kicking in with us at the Kickback. See you next time.